Have you ever wondered who truly controls the world in 2025? It's not always the people you see on television or the names on your phone screens. Behind every major war, every sudden market crash, and even global tech trends, there's a powerful nation pulling the strings. But who are they? Which countries dominate with military might, economic power, tech supremacy, and hidden influence? In this video, we're going to expose the top 10 most powerful countries that control the world in 2025 with shocking facts, dates, percentages, and raw figures that will blow your mind. So don't miss a second, like, subscribe, and watch till the end because what you discover here will change how you see the world. Number 10, Israel. Israel may be small, just 9.7 million people, but in 2025 it wields enormous geopolitical and technological power. With a GDP of $610 billion, it punches far above its size thanks to its tech sector, military innovation, and strategic diplomacy. Known as the startup nation, Israel produces more startups per capita than any other country, and Tel Aviv is one of the world's top tech cities. Israeli technologies, especially in cybersecurity, AI, medical devices, and agriculture, are used by governments and corporations across the globe. Its military spending in 2025 is $28 billion, and it has one of the most advanced defense systems, Iron Dome, David Sling, and cyber units like Unit 8-200. Israel is widely believed to possess over 90 nuclear warheads, though it maintains strategic ambiguity. Diplomatically, Israel has expanded influence through Abraham Accords, now partnering with several Arab nations, while maintaining strong ties with the US and rising cooperation with India and Europe. Despite constant regional conflict, Israel plays global chess, influencing Middle Eastern politics, tech innovation, and defense strategies worldwide. In 2025, size doesn't matter. Intelligence, innovation, and strategy do. Number 9, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia controls the world through energy, religion, and money. In 2025, the kingdom commands a GDP of $13 trillion, but its real power lies in its oil reserves, 16% of the world's proven oil, and as the leader of Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries Plus, influencing prices globally. With daily oil production of 10 million barrels, Saudi Arabia has the ability to crash or boost economies overnight. Its sovereign wealth fund exceeds $900 billion, investing in tech, tourism, and sports across the globe, including partnerships with Google, Tesla, and the Professional Golfers Association. Militarily, Saudi Arabia spends over $85 billion annually, one of the highest per capita rates. Its growing ties with China and Russia, along with its U.S. defense relationship, place it in the center of global alliance. The Vision 2030 initiative has rebranded the country with mega projects like NEOM, a $500 billion futuristic city meant to rival global hubs. Its control over Mecca and Medina gives it unique religious power over the 1.9 billion Muslims worldwide. Saudi media giants and funding reach into Africa, Asia, and the West, silently influencing ideologies and decisions. In 2025, Saudi Arabia doesn't need to conquer. It simply funds, fuels, and influences from the shadows. Number 8, Japan. Japan doesn't need missiles to dominate. It uses technology, innovation, and culture. With a GDP of $4.5 trillion in 2025, Japan ranks as the third largest economy in Asia. It's the world's leading innovator in robotics, microchips, and high-speed transport systems. Companies like Sony, Toyota, Panasonic, and Mitsubishi continue to lead global industries. Japan controls 30% of the world's advanced robotics production, and its bullet trains, Shinkansen, remain a symbol of transportation efficiency. Tokyo hosts the world's busiest stock exchange after New York, influencing Asian financial flows. Japan's military budget is $67 billion in 2025, making it one of the top spenders. Though it operates under a pacifist constitution, recent changes have allowed Japan to increase its defensive capabilities. Its self-defense forces are now equipped with advanced missile interceptors, submarines, and space-based tracking systems. Tokyo is part of the Quad Alliance with the US, India, and Australia, strategically balancing China's rise. Its global soft power is immense. Japanese anime, culture, and cuisine dominate across continents, influencing millions of young minds. While Japan has no nuclear arsenal, its nuclear-ready infrastructure and U.S. alliances make it a silent power in any global conflict. In 2025, Japan's control isn't loud, but it's everywhere. Number 7, France. France is more than wine and romance. In 2025, it is a global military, nuclear, and cultural force with a GDP of $3.3 trillion, ranking among the top 10 world economies. It's the most visited country globally, hosting over 85 million tourists annually, which boosts its soft power. France is the only EU country with nuclear weapons, possessing approximately 290 warheads and a full-fledged nuclear triad. Its military budget has climbed to $64 billion, with active operations in Africa, Sahel region, Indo-Pacific presence, and cyber defense leadership in Europe. As a permanent member of the UN Security Council, France wields global diplomatic influence. It's also a leading member of the EU, NATO, and G7 and continues to shape global climate policy and peacekeeping missions. France's defense giant Dassault Aviation produces the Rafale fighter jet, sold to India, Egypt, and others. Culturally, French-Mer remains the second most studied language in the world, and Paris continues to be a global hub for fashion, art, and luxury. Through the Francophonie, France maintains deep ties with over 80 countries, spreading its legal, political, and linguistic influence. In 2025, France stands tall, balancing military strength, diplomacy, and global presence with elegance and power. Number 6, United Kingdom. In 2025, the United Kingdom continues to punch above its weight through finance, diplomacy, intelligence, and soft power. With a GDP of $3.7 trillion, it ranks among the top 6 global economies. London remains one of the world's top financial hubs, processing over $3 trillion in forex trades daily and home to more than 250 foreign banks. The UK has one of the world's most advanced intelligence networks, known as the Five Eyes Alliance: UK, US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, which monitors global communications, cyber threats, and terrorism. British intelligence agencies MI5 and MI6 continue to influence geopolitics from the shadows. Militarily, the UK spends $72 billion in 2025, maintains 2 active aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines, and has 225 nuclear warheads. It also retains a permanent seat on the UN Security Council, giving it veto power. Diplomatically, Britain holds significant sway through the Commonwealth, connecting with 56 countries, many in Africa, Asia, and the Pacific. British universities and cultural institutions like the BBC influence global education and media. Brexit didn't reduce its power, it shifted it. Now, the UK freely negotiates independent trade deals while maintaining close security ties with both Europe and the US. In 2025, Britain isn't dominating with brute force, but with networks, knowledge, and negotiation. Number 5, Germany. Germany is often seen as the engine of Europe, and in 2025 it continues to lead through precision, power, and policy. With a GDP of $5.4 trillion, it is the largest economy in Europe and third largest exporter globally, famous for high-tech machinery, automobiles, and industrial systems. Companies like Volkswagen, Siemens, BMW, and Bosch continue to dominate world markets. Germany is also a renewable energy leader, generating over 50% of its electricity from clean sources and exporting green technology worldwide. Despite having no nuclear weapons, Germany has strong influence in NATO, the EU, and the G7. It funds over 20% of the EU budget, giving it significant sway in Brussels. Its military spending has increased to $78 billion in 2025, and it's building advanced cyber defense units and AI-powered surveillance systems. Its role in global diplomacy is critical. Germany negotiates peace, finances climate projects, and leads digital privacy initiatives in the EU. Berlin is also home to the European Central Bank, making it financially powerful within the Eurozone. While it may lack overt military dominance, Germany controls policy and economics through brain power, engineering, and diplomacy. In 2025, it remains the quiet but firm hand behind Europe's stability. Number 4, India, with a population of over 1.4 billion, is the largest democracy in the world and the 5th largest economy, hitting $4.2 trillion GDP in 2025. But that's just the beginning. India controls 60% of global vaccine production, a key supplier of generic medicines, and dominates the global IT outsourcing market. With over 900 million internet users, India is a digital juggernaut. The country's Digital India initiative has empowered rural and urban areas alike, while companies like Tata, Infosys, and Wipro continue expanding globally. India's space agency, ISRO, has successfully launched satellites for over 40 countries and is racing ahead with manned missions to the Moon and Mars. Militarily, India has the third largest army and is among the top 5 defense spenders in the world, with a 2025 defense spenders in the world with a 2025 defense budget of $88 billion. It also possesses over 160 nuclear warheads and a well-developed triad for deterrence. In the Indo-Pacific region, India acts as a counterbalance to China and has strategic military pacts with the US, Japan, and Australia through the Quad Alliance. From tech to pharmaceuticals, from democracy to defense, India's influence is growing rapidly. In 2025, it's not just rising, it's leading. Number 3, Russia. Russia may not be as economically massive as the US or China, but in 2025 it controls the world through fear, energy, and military presence. With a GDP of around $1.8 trillion, it still manages to hold disproportionate global influence due to its nuclear arsenal, the largest on Earth, with nearly 6,000 warheads. Despite ongoing sanctions, Russia controls 25% of the world's natural gas reserves and is one of the top 3 oil exporters, giving it power over global energy markets. In Europe, energy dependency still exists, especially in winter months. Its military budget is $109 billion in 2025, with recent conflicts sharpening its cyber warfare, drone, and AI defense systems. Moscow continues to support allies and puppet regimes across Africa, Syria, Venezuela, and Central Asia. Through the Wagner Group and other paramilitary units, it projects power without direct invasion. Russia also holds a permanent seat and veto power at the UN Security Council, enabling it to block global decisions. It's also a leader in disinformation warfare, controlling narratives in elections, conflicts, and public perception. From hacking government servers to influencing foreign politics via troll farms, Russia disrupts and divides to gain control. In 2025, it doesn't need to be liked, just feared. Number 2, China. China's rise has been unstoppable. In 2025, it controls a vast portion of the world's economy, production, and trade routes. With a GDP of $21 trillion, China remains the world's second largest economy. It's the largest exporter, producing more than 30% of the world's manufactured goods, and through its Belt and Road Initiative, China has built trade routes involving over 140 countries, securing strategic and economic influence across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Its military budget exceeds $290 billion, second only to the US, and the People's Liberation Army has over 2 million active personnel. China is also a nuclear power with growing cyber capabilities and is investing heavily in AI, hypersonic weapons, and space warfare. Beijing is home to tech giants like Huawei, Alibaba, and Tencent, giving it growing control over global telecommunications and e-commerce. In Africa and South America, China has funded infrastructure, hospitals, railways, and ports in exchange for resources and influence. In 2025, it is also developing its own digital currency that threatens to challenge the US dollar's dominance in international trade. Through economic dominance, digital expansion, and quiet diplomacy, China is setting the rules of the new global game without firing a single bullet. Number 1, United States. Why is the United States still the most powerful nation in 2025? It's not just a country, it's a global empire. With the largest military budget on Earth, $877 billion as of 2024, the U.S. maintains over 750 military bases across more than 80 countries. Its economic might remains unmatched, with a GDP of $28 trillion in 2025, dominating global finance through institutions like the IMF and World Bank. The US dollar is still the global reserve currency, involved in 88% of all Forex transactions. But it's not just about money or bombs. Silicon Valley tech giants like Apple, Google, Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon collectively shape the global digital ecosystem, influencing billions daily. The US also holds permanent veto power on the United Nations Security Council and is a leading member of NATO and G7, allowing it to shape international decisions. Culturally, Hollywood, Netflix, and the music industry continue to control global entertainment. Even your phone's operating system, iOS or Android, was built on American foundations. From military power to media influence, from Wall Street to Washington, the US remains the central nervous system of the modern world. That's why it ranks number 1. So now you know who really controls the world in 2025. From global empires to tech innovators and energy giants, these nations aren't just powerful, they shape your daily life. Like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below. And don't forget to share this video with those who still believe power is about size alone. Thanks for watching.